100,000 years ago, before farms, before fire was tamed, one human fed another. Not because they were kind, because they wanted power. The first feast wasn't about food. It was about control. And the man who controlled the meat, he became the first king. Fast forward 90,000 years. Egypt, the pharaoh owned all the grain. All of it. His bakers made 40 different kinds of bread. Some with honey, some with dates, some shaped like animals. And every single loaf was a reminder. He was a god, and you were hungry. But the pharaoh's favorite drink wasn't wine. It was beer. Ancient Egyptian beer was thick, cloudy, and nutritious, almost like liquid bread. Workers building the pyramids were paid in it. For liters a day, the pharaoh drank the finest batch, brewed with dates and honey, served in a golden cup. Then came Rome, and Rome took feasting to a level that would make modern billionaires blush. Emperor Vitellius served a dish called the Shield of Minerva, pheasant brains, flamingo tongue, peacock liver, and parrot fish all in one platter. When Romans got too full, they used a feather to vomit, then kept eating. But the one thing every Roman emperor put on everything? Garum, fermented fish sauce. Yes, the most powerful men in the world drenched their food in fish guts that had rotted in the sun for months. The emperor's version was premium, clear, golden, aged like fine wine. It was their ketchup, and it was everywhere. Meanwhile, in China, the Tang Dynasty emperors ate differently. Their capital, Chang'an, was the largest city on earth, and the emperor's table reflected it. Persian saffron, Indian sugar, Central Asian grapes, Japanese abalone. His banquet had 200 dishes, one for each envoy who came to kneel. Food was diplomacy, and the dragon ate the world. But the most legendary meal in Chinese history wasn't a dinner. It was a political weapon. Emperor Kangxi of the Qing dynasty invited his rivals to a feast with 196 dishes, half Manchu, half Han. It took 3 days to eat. Every dish was a message. Accept the food, accept the empire. Refuse, and you are a rebel. 196 dishes. 3 days. 0 choices. Now, meet the king who ate himself to death. Henry VIII of England. His daily intake? 5,000 calories. Roasted peacock served with its feathers reattached. Whole swans. Whale meat. Pie crust that opened to release live frogs. His courtiers ate 4,500 calories a day just being near him. He started his reign as a handsome athlete. He ended it at 400 pounds, with a leg wound that never healed. Food was his weapon, and his executioner. In India, the Mughal emperors turned cooking into poetry. Emperor Akbar had 100 chefs, each specializing in one dish. His rice was coated in silver leaf. His chickens were massaged with saffron-infused ghee before cooking. And from his kitchen came biryani, a dish so perfect it would outlive his empire by 500 years. But Akbar rarely ate it. He was a vegetarian on most days. The most powerful man in India chose to eat simple. You think chocolate is sweet? The Aztec Emperor Moctezuma drank it bitter, cold, spiced with chili, and thick with foam. He called it the food of the gods. His court drank 50 golden cups a day, each one poured from high above to create the sacred foam. Cacao beans were money. You could buy a rabbit for 10 beans. The emperor literally drank currency. In the Ottoman Empire, coffee was so powerful it could get you killed. Sultan Suleiman had 40 coffee makers, each one personally vetted, because coffee was how you tested for poison. The sultan's taster drank first, then waited. If he lived, the sultan drank. 1 cup of coffee could mean a new alliance or a dynasty's end. The most dangerous meal in the world was breakfast. Louis XIV of France didn't just eat. He performed. His dinner was a public spectacle. 40 dishes per course, for courses, eaten in front of an audience of courtiers who came just to watch him chew. The fork? He banned it. Real men ate with their hands. His favorite dish was a consommé made from 40 pheasants and 2 dozen pigeons. It cost more than a house. The soup that bought a castle. But here's what nobody tells you about royal food. It was a cage. Marie Antoinette never said, "Let them eat cake." But she did have a faux peasant village built at Versailles, with a working farm, so she could play at being poor while eating on gold plates. The food got more extravagant. The people got hungrier. And in 1789, the menu caught up with the monarchy. The feast ended at the guillotine. Queen Victoria ate like a woman possessed. She finished a 7-course meal in 10 minutes. Her court was warned not to eat slowly in her presence. She'd just take your plate. Her favorite? A turducken, a chicken stuffed inside a duck stuffed inside a turkey. After Prince Albert died, she ate even more. She called it comfort. Her waistline grew from 20 inches to 55. Grief, it turned out, was delicious. Every king in history had the same fear. Poison. The Roman emperors had slaves taste every bite. The Mughals used bezoar stones, believed to neutralize any toxin. The Byzantine emperors made their food on a special table that detected poison. Chinese emperors used silver chopsticks that were supposed to turn black if the food was tainted. The most powerful men on earth were terrified of their own dinner. Why did Europeans cross oceans and die by the millions? Spices. A pound of pepper was worth a man's life. A pinch of nutmeg could buy a house. When the Dutch found the Nutmeg Islands, they burned them all except one to keep the price high. Kings fought wars over flavor. The British Empire started as a spice buying company. Your kitchen cabinet was once worth a kingdom. In 1912, the last emperor of China, Huai, was a child. His last imperial meal had 30 dishes. He didn't eat them. He was 5 years old. He played with the food while the empire collapsed around him. 6 years later, he was evicted. His last meal, as emperor? A bowl of porridge. Even the food knew the dynasty was done. Then the kings fell, and the food changed. The French Revolution gave us the restaurant, a place where anyone could eat like a king for a price. The Soviet Revolution gave us the communal kitchen. Mao's China gave everyone a wok and a ration card. The palace kitchens were gone, but the recipes survived. The kings lost their crowns, but their food won. So what do kings eat today? The British royal family gets their food from a website, just like you. King Charles eats organic eggs from his own farm. The Japanese emperor eats rice grown on a palace field. The richest royalty on earth, the Gulf states, still serve lamb and dates on the floor. After 100,000 years, the most powerful people on earth eat. Pretty simply. The feast got smaller, but the story got bigger. 100,000 years ago, one man controlled the meat and called himself king. Today, you can order a dish that took 3 empires to invent, delivered to your door in 20 minutes. The kings are gone, but their feast? It's on your plate. Every meal you eat carries 100,000 years of history. Every bite is a tiny rebellion. Because once, only kings could eat like this. Now, everyone can. And that's the greatest revolution in the history of food.